Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. 2023 is nearly done, so what are the best property strategies for 2024? Now, I feel there's a lot of opportunity in 2024. There's various reasons that the market could be very good. You see, there's some people that haven't felt interest rate rises yet. They're going to feel those. They're going to struggle with those new payments, and so they're going to be looking to offload their properties. And when you want to be buying property is when the market's actually going down. Now, next year in 24, the market is likely to go down. I don't think it's going to go down as much as some people feel, especially some YouTubers that you guys know. But I do feel there will be some movement. Now, that means opportunity. And so in this video, I want to talk about what strategies should you be looking for and what strategies should you be avoiding in 2024. So before we jump into this, as always, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Go on, do it right now. Smash the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. And while you're here, smash the like button or tickle the like button. Do something to the like button over there. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. I'll wait. Go and do that right now. And then make sure you comment with any questions or queries that you got on the video below. So let's look at the strategies to avoid first. And these can work if you're experienced in it. But if you're starting out, I would avoid these this year or 24. First is flips. And so what do I mean by that? Well, flips is a strategy where you take a property and you are looking to improve, to add value to it, and then you're looking to sell it on for a profit. Now, often you might use a bridging loan on that. You might buy with cash. Depends what situation you're in. The reason that I think that strategy could be tough next year is just the speed of the market. There's not lots of property transactions happening. Lots of people will be making money off flips, but it is going to be a harder strategy. Also, what we haven't seen yet that could happen in a worst case scenario is lenders just stop lending. That's what caused the 2008 crash. And so if something similar happened, you could get stuck with that property for longer than you might want. Also, the market's declining, so it's harder to make profit in that strategy. Next is vanilla buy-to-lets. Buy-to-lets, BTL. So vanilla buy-to-lets are basically where you buy a property and it's just done, right? You can't add any value to it. Now, the reason why I wouldn't be looking at those strategies at the moment is because you can't add value. And so you're buying it for what the value is of that property. And if the market's going down, essentially that property could be worth less by the end of 2024. Now, sometimes you can buy good. There are pockets of areas that do well, but I like to buy property where I can add value to give me some more protection and build that more equity in that property. So those are two strategies that I would avoid in 2024. So what would I be looking at that could make me some money? Well, one strategy that I think will do very, very well is HMOs. And that stands for House of Multiple Occupancy. Now, there's a reason these will do well. One, the population's still growing. Immigration is going crazy still. We're living longer. People are separating, so they need more houses. These things are going to become very, very popular through 2024. And so I think they're a good high cash flow strategy. And so I think they will continue to do well. You'll get bigger margins and that's a good strategy. And that's where you're going to rent out a room on a room by room basis, like student accommodation, but for non-students. And so HMOs, I think, is a great strategy to investigate and see how you could do that. Next is serviced accommodation. Now, you've got to be careful with serviced accommodation because some areas have rules on this. London, you're only meant to rent for 90 days a year. Other big cities might start to follow and do that as well. So you need to pick areas, you need to check what's going on with local councils, but it's a profitable strategy because renting it out on a nightly basis, particularly if you own the property, rather than some people rent them and then they do the serviced accommodation strategy. So you can own the property, you'll have even more margin in it, you'll have more control, and you'll definitely have the permission from yourself to be able to do that. So serviced accommodation, I think, is a good strategy. It's a solid strategy. But don't just look at seasonal places. Like a beach town, for example, can do very well in the summer, but then it can be dead all winter. Maybe look at some cities where you can rent out to contractors and make money all year round. So SA is another strategy to look at. Next is my favourite strategy, and that's buy, BRRR, buy, refurbish, refinance, rent. Now, we've done that quite a few times in the last few years. We've done it with, for example, a studio flat where we've turned it into a 1-bedroom flat. So we bought it, we refurbished it, we added more value to that property, we refinanced that property, and then we've rented that property out. And that's what we want to do here. So the BRRR strategy is all about adding value. So you want to find big 1-bedroom flats that you can turn into 2-bedroom flats. Or we bought a house, if you look back very early on this channel, we bought a house for my daughter Georgia, and we bought that house for £60,000. We renovated it for 12. We refinanced it, pulled our money out, and then we bought a flat down south. And so that strategy is really good to recycle all of your money or most of your money, and so you can keep buying more properties. So BRRR, I think, is an absolute winning strategy in this market. Next is lease options. These have been hard to get, but I'm seeing a lot more of these being offered around at the moment. So a lease option is where you buy a property, you agree a price today, and that price can be as low as £1 just to make the transaction legal. And that person's property, you'll complete on the sale in an agreed time period, which could be 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever you can get them to agree to. And what you're hoping is that you'll agree, let's just say the house is worth 70,000 at the moment, or they need 70,000. Or want 70,000. But right now houses are selling for 65. So they can't get the money that they want or they need, but in 7 years it's likely that the house will be worth more. So you agree, we say, hey, I'll buy that house from you for £70,000. We'll get all the paperwork done today, and then in 7 years from now, we'll complete on that transaction. In that time, you'll take that property off them, maybe even add some value, new kitchens, new bathrooms, so you can uplift the value of the property quicker. And then when the value exceeds that 70,000, let's just say it's worth 90,000, you can then complete on it, pay them 70, and you've instantly got £20,000 in equity. So this is a great strategy to do, particularly in this market. It doesn't work so well in a rising market like we've had for the last few years. Now the market is flat or dropping. People are considering these types of transactions. Next is social housing. So social housing, we're doing that in Hastings. We had a property that we were getting $850 for. We then went to the council. They said, we'll give you £800, which didn't sound too great. So I said, well, no, not interested in that. But do you have any different departments with more vulnerable people? And so they did. They gave me some new departments that will take people that are more vulnerable, that need accommodation fast. The council will, in that department, rent it for £1,450, nearly double, guaranteed rent. They'll do the maintenance as well. And that is a really, really good strategy at the moment. A lot of people doing very, very well with that. There's different social providers, so you need to speak to your council, you need to Google the social providers, have conversations, see what will give you the maximum rent. Some just normal council housing will pay you less than the market rate, which you saw in that example there. But if you go to the teams that they need desperate emergency accommodation, they'll pay you more money, and they'll look after your property as well. So this is what's going to work in 2024. These ones here, high cash flow strategies, HMOs, SAs, BRRR. And the difference between this, the buy, refurbish, refinance, rent, and the flips is you're keeping the property, right? So you're keeping the property. So you're not worried if someone doesn't buy it or if the market slows down. Lease options are great. Social housing is great. Let me know what you think. What strategy would you be looking at doing in 2024? Do comment below. Do smash the like button, guys. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Go and check out some more content on my channel. Why don't you start right here?